Good evening. My name is Mercedes Kenny, and I live in the 7th Ward. And I'm going to address what I'm going to say to the 7th Ward council person. I remember when you got elected, Allie, and I remember when you walked by two ladies that were sitting here, and one was Miss Galloway, and I don't know who the other lady was, and you said, you know, you didn't vote for me anyway, but you didn't look at me because I had voted for you. So when you said that to them, we had always in the 7th Ward looked to have someone that was accountable, that would speak to us about things that was going on within our community on both sides of 69. I live on the cultural side of 69, and there are people that live on the other side of 69 that have trees in their yard, trees on their roofs, trees on their garages. They have broken windows. They're senior citizens. And I remember when I ran for city council in the 7th Ward, and I took pictures, because Tanya Burns and I ran at the same time. And that's when Miss Eva Worthy ran as well. I took pictures to show that the other part of 69 did not look like my side of 69. So when you came along, and we thought that we were going to get this here accountability, someone is going to explain to us about some of the things that she saw, whomever saw, that was not right in the other part of 69. That didn't happen. I waited. I even tried to make myself available to you to show you that I didn't have animosity. I've been married to a Caucasian man for 43 years. So I didn't have no problems on who you were or how you looked. However, what bothered me was the fact that 69 is still on the outside of the 7th Ward. The houses I saw with seniors in them still have these problems. When I received that...
Ma'am, please wrap up. That's your time.
All right. When I received that paper about the ARPA, I never took that as being an application for anything. So Saturday, when all those people came in here, and there was only 3 people here that represented us, those people were so totally disorganized, they didn't know what to do. And I feel sorry for them because now they're going to find out they're not going to get anything. But if we had somebody that said, listen, this is what they're doing, this is how it looks, you're going to need some help. I'm going to open my door so that you can see that we're going to help you. Because a lot of these people are from the South, they worked at General Motors, they may not have the best of education. I have a U of M. My granddaughter has a master's. I don't know what to say.
Ma'am.
I know how to do a spreadsheet. Yes, ma'am, I hear you. I know how to do a spreadsheet. But some of these other people that's in the 7th Ward don't have the foggiest or faintest idea of how to do a spreadsheet. They don't know how to come. All they know how to do is ask you for some help. That's all they want is some help. Give them some help. And start talking about what y'all should have did with all that money. All that money been coming to Flint for years, because I've been here all them years. And y'all ain't gave nobody nothing. And I heard y'all when y'all came up to the front and said y'all want to be on this council. Y'all all came up here talking about how good y'all was going to do and what y'all was going to do for the city. What did you do? You sit here and talked about each other. You sit here and didn't do nothing. And it's time somebody called you out. It's time somebody say something. And Lord knows I'm going to say it. Because if you're going to shoot somebody, shoot me first. Shoot me first. Because I'm going to stand up here and tell you. No, you didn't do it.
Point of order.
You didn't do it. So y'all can take this here. But you didn't do what you said.
What's your point?
Okay, never mind. Time was way over.
Next public speaker.
My name is Fred Bashir. I'm out of the 7th Ward. And I see we got the tail wagging the dog. Got it backwards. We're suffering from 467 years of a debt. I'm a descendant of the people that enslaved here in America. And the government owed me a check. Whenever I come to this mic, I'm talking about cutting the check. I don't want to hear nothing else. Until you pay me, you're going to hear from me. And everybody I meet, I'm going to tell them, cut the check. I paid reparations for the Japanese. I'm 83 years old, be 84 in March. I paid reparations for the Chinese, for Israel, for everybody. The biggest problem that we have right now, that we don't understand that problems are solved by questions and answers in sincerity. I don't see that up here. I see 5 block, sometimes 6, not so much 6 now. It's either 4, 5, 4, or 6, 3. And we point to the 1st Ward. I see him I sit here and seen and watched on television. He bring forth a good motion. He died for lack of support. If Winfrey Carter Burns don't second the motion, or if he come up with an amendment. We got a problem. We need to stop dilly-dallying around with it. The biggest problem we have, not only here, but from here to the White House and in the world, is white racist supremacy. That's the problem. And you're not going to solve nothing until you attack the problem. You just can't do it. You don't want to do it. Okay?
Sir.
I have a 7th Ward councilman that never come in my ward. I mean, she was in the ward, never come to my house at all to campaign. Sent a flyer there that didn't say anything.
Sir, that's your time. So please wrap up.
I'm going to have a lot of time because I'm going to keep coming.
Any more public speakers? Any more public speakers? Well, public speaking is now closed. Now it's time for council response.
You have one right here.
Where? What?
You got to open your eyes.
Sir, we're going to make sure that we maintain decorum. Thank you. Okay.
Hello. Rodney Thomas, 1st Ward, 3rd Ward, whatever it is now. But anyway, like he was saying, you know, we got a problem with racism and all that, but I ain't here to talk about that. I just know one thing. You know, love is the key until we all work together. I ain't on nobody damn side. It's just all about unity with me. And whoever right is right, wrong is wrong. And if we got all this money and don't see it, it's going to be such a shame. So, you know, I'm willing to do whatever, not whatever, but I'm willing to work in the community. I'm trying to help out. So I'm part of the Peacekeepers, Urban Peace Corps and Black Lives Matter. And we got some things we want to do, and we appreciate some of that funding, you know. And I want to see something about, you know, with the home, helping homeowners. Like, I ain't got nothing against Habitat, but, you know, as I said last time, me and my sister went to them twice and gave them all our information. You know, and they just, for them not to get back with us and say nothing, I mean, that put a real bad taste in my mouth. And that wasn't cool, that ain't right. You know, they should at least got back with us and said something, you know? But, so I ain't knocking them or nothing, but I'm just saying that wasn't cool. It ain't like we, you know, we all right. I mean, we got decent little homes, but we still need help too. I mean, you know, just because we got I wouldn't say a couple of dollars because I'm still poor. I can use a bridge card right about now, but, you know, it seemed like they were just like picking and choosing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying I mean, it'd be cool if y'all had other alternatives to where you get the money from or whatever. But really, we just got to come together. I mean, Flint, we could be the pilot of showing other cities how to come together and move forward, because we ain't been all the way to the bottom. Only way up is, only way, what I'm saying, we got left is up. But all that, all arguing, all that stuff ain't cool, and we could just all come together. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I wasn't even planning on speaking. I was just coming really to listen, but anyway.
Thank you. Any more public speakers? All right, so seeing none, public
I would like to respond.
that'll work.
How you all doing this evening? My name is Lynn Frazier. I'm in the 7th Ward, and I would like to make a prediction today is that over half of you are sitting here right now will not be here in 2 years if you don't do right by the people with this money. It is time to call you all out, that you all need to do right by these people at Flint with this money. In 2 years' time, half of you will not be here if you do not do right by these people with this money. And all the money that you're making now will leave you if you do not do right by these people in 2 years with this money. Your jobs will be given up in 2 years. I make a prediction. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more public speakers? Just want to be fair. All right. So public speaking is now closed, and council comments are now open. And Councilman Murphy,
Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you for all the speakers that spoke. I'm gonna go a different direction in responding to some of the speakers that spoke. Let me, as an African American man who grew up on the north end of Flint, Myrtle Street, Moore Street, over there around Dewey Park, Jefferson School, when you look at the last 30 years, over $1 billion done came into the city of Flint. And if you look at some of our elected officials who we have elected in the last 30 years, some of the people that look like us, black African-American people, some that's not black people. When you look at all the people that we have elected in this community, our neighborhood is jacked up. When I got elected to be the councilman for the 3rd Ward, my neighborhood was jacked up before I got there, and that neighborhood still got a long way to go, and I only been in there for a year. And it didn't just get there overnight. So when you come here and you hit this podium and you want to talk about black African Americans and what we ought to be doing, I want you to know that our people that look just like us has been part of the problem, has tore our neighborhood up to the floor up. And when I ran for office and became a city council, I didn't become no city councilman because somebody thought I was finna rubber stamp something. I come up here to do the right thing for this community. So when I speak and when I make a decision, whether it's with 5 or 6 of us, it's because I'm doing it and I'm following my heart. And I don't care who hit this podium, I am not gonna vote no way to vote because somebody else think I ought to vote with 2 or 3 other people. I'm going to vote what God called for me to do. I'm going to vote for what my heart and my conscience feel that I need to do to move this city of Flint forward, because people voted for people to come here and do the same thing. And when you go out there and look at and touch and feel the work that I've done, go walk through Dewey Park. Everything you see in Dewey Park is because I use my mind and my brain and my head to come and make stuff happen for Dewey Park. And when people came out there and volunteered with us, it was people that didn't look like me. It was people that looked like Eva Word. It was people that looked like Judy Priestley. And it was some of us. So when it came down to me moving my ward forward, it wasn't only black people, it was all color people, all race people. So I am not finna sit up here and do nothing because somebody come up here and want to call a race car. I'm working with everybody who want to move this city forward. Whether you black, green, yellow, orange, white, gay, straight, Christian, don't believe, whatever you is, if you want to move this city Flint forward, I'm going to work with you. So keep coming to this podium because I'm going to keep doing the right thing, regardless of what somebody say. And the people who talked about me coming down here Saturday and you felt like I needed to leave, I left because my car was messed up.
Mr. Murphy, that's your time.
I'm done.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak? Ms. Herkenroder?
Point I
What-
think we might need an officer for order. We have some commotion.
Well, Madam Chair, do I have the floor?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, I do want to apologize to the public. I did not realize that public speaking was starting. I did have to step away, so I apologize for the beginning of public speaking that I did miss. I do want to address Ms. Mercedes, if I may. I first of all want to say thank you for coming down here, and you're right, I definitely did run on the purpose of accountability, and I still stand by that. It definitely does not fix all of our ward's problems overnight. Absolutely it does not, but perhaps I need to be better about this myself, but I do a lot of things in the background because I don't do this for accolades. I do this to serve the community, and maybe I do need to get better about promoting that. I'm not very active on Facebook. I'm not very active on social media. That's just because that's not how I operate, but that should not be confused or I don't want it to come across as lack of empathy or apathy. I care a lot about this community. I care a lot about this city, which is why I ran for this position in particular. And I understand that there's a lot of things that need to get done. In fact, your comments are actually incredibly prescient because earlier this morning or this evening, I actually sent an email to all of our neighborhoods, including the Evergreen Block Watchers, Fairfield Village, Central Park, CCNA, to come together so that we can figure out how we as a ward can work together as we potentially put forth an ARPA allocation because Paul always says it the best, and I'm probably going to butcher this, but through all things purely social, we can be as separate as the fingers and we can be as one as the fist. And I truly believe that. And maybe that's on me. I probably do need to get a lot better about advocating for that, but I try to seek to understand first. I try to understand everything that's going on first before I try to get out there and try to tell people the information because I don't want people to have portions of information or false information or have misleading information. So I apologize if that's how it's come across. That is most certainly not my intent.
Point of order, ma'am. Ma'am. Yeah, council responds. You don't respond back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
You're right.
Y'all sit up there and look down y'all nose.
Madam Chair, but I just want to say thank you very much. Ms. Mercedes will.
All right. Anyone else would like to respond?
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Mr. May.
Madam Chair, I listen to council persons like Quincy Murphy. To me, and it's my opinion, I think some of the stuff he says is ignorant. Just ignorant. And it's sometimes disrespectful to folk. Quincy Murphy was taken up for Cape Fields then before he come on this council. I listened to him. Hey, could y'all keep it down back there, Whittigan and Attorney Kim and all that back there, please? Because y'all louder than the people they walking out. Just disrespectful. And Miss Lewis, she's right about you and other council folk. And he's right about black and white folk. 100% right. We finna head into Black History Month. Y'all disrespected me and hadn't been on the council but 3 months. Some of them I went in the ward and helped white folk. Priestley, Pfeiffer, whether they know it or not. It was wrong. They was the wrong ones. Just disrespectful. Will stab you in your back politically and act like they don't know what happened. And then you got Liddell, Lewis, and Quincy. We fought since Woody Etherly and them to get blacks on the council. I call them handkerchief head Negroes. Putting folk in power and all that type of stuff and think
excuse me, Mr. Mays. Yeah,
it's in the dictionary, handkerchief head.
Mr. Mays, you're out of order.
No, I'm not.
Let's maintain decorum
I'm
and not
not.
call your colleagues names.
That's a polite way of talking about you. I called you and Quincy Handkerchief head. It's in the dictionary.
Mr. Mays, that's your warning.
Beg your pardon?
That's your first warning.
I'm going to appeal the warning.
I support the appeal.
Well, we have an appeal of the ruling of the chair. It has been by Eric Mays.
I want to make sure you know the appeal is point of order. The appeal is me referring to you as a handkerchief head.
So the appeal is based off the fact that Mr. Mays is calling colleagues names, and it is supported by Jerry Winfrey Carter. So seeing that the chair goes first in the appeal, this is what I'm talking about. He had time to address the public, comments. These are council comments to address the public comments, to attack the issues. But per usual, colleagues are being attacked. We didn't sign up to be called names from any of our colleagues. We came here to fight issues. Flint has enough issues here for each and every one of us to take on a personal one to get it done. Fighting me and fighting Mr. Murphy, calling us things outside of my name. My parents named me Liddell Lewis. I was appointed Dr. Lewis by Western Michigan University. Please address me as such. Now, no one goes around calling anyone any other name outside of your name. Your name is Eric Mays, councilperson in the 1st Ward. I will refer to you as such. I will not attack you. I will attack the issues surrounding the issues in Flint. But this is why our meetings last long. This is why we go into the wee hours of the night, because we don't stay focused. We stay on top of other colleagues for no reason. And then we have people that support this. I don't even understand how you can support what he said. You just supported someone that just decided to call your colleagues a derogatory name. How do you support that? How do we move forward with that? There's really nothing else that I can say to that. So if we are going forward with that kind of decorum, clearly we're not going forward. And it's embarrassing. We had someone from the East Coast say that we are a mess, that he's never experienced a city council meeting like this. And he shouldn't. This shouldn't be normal. You should be embarrassed to even come up here and call anyone names. No one is calling folks names until our councilman in the 1st Ward decided he wanted to go on personal attacks. And yes, let's talk about last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, we couldn't get the business done. We had to adjourn because our councilman would not stay germane, he would not maintain decorum, and we had to get up because there was no business taking place. And so I had a family commitment, so I couldn't be there on Saturday. This was not life or death, because if it was, we would have been able to pursue this on Wednesday. See, I'm not going to be shamed because I have a family and I'm out here in the community. So I'm not just going to drop what I'm doing on my Saturday when we can get it all done here on a Wednesday. Because other people don't have family time and things to do, don't put that on me. That's not on me. I'm out here. And if you want to find me, you will find me out here installing smoke detectors in the entire city of Flint. So let's not attack people, attack issues. I'm attacking house fires. I'm attacking fire ignorance. I'm going door to door making sure people have fire escape plans. I'm not out here attacking my colleagues in the different ward. That's not why I was elected. And so in terms of people getting recalled, if they want to recall the 2nd Ward council person, go ahead. But I bet they won't, because I'm out here doing my job and doing it well. So whatever you refer to me as, make sure you put child of God, Dr. Lewis, change maker in these streets in the topic. Because you are a disgrace to this council, the way you attack others. You've been here for a long time, but you act like you just got on. So with that being said, I don't want to waste any more time. I'm going to relinquish the floor to the other people. And if you vote yes, you will be supporting me. Vote no, you will be supporting the lack of decorum, name calling, foolishness, childishness coming out of the 1st Ward. Who want to speak next?
Madam Chair.
Eric Mays.
Madam Chair, I was waiting patiently to get the floor because if you really knew our rules, the rules say that when you do respond from council comment, you shouldn't be argumentative with the public and the people who speak. I stood and watched what I viewed, in my opinion, Mr. Murphy being argumentative. Because that's your ally, you said nothing. You said nothing about decorum. You said nothing about the council rule that say you shouldn't be argumentative. And then I heard him talk about a speaker in reference to black folks. You said nothing. I stick by it. I call you a handkerchief head Negro. I call him a handkerchief head Negro. And I'm sticking with it. Google it. You got words like gaslighting, handkerchief head Negro, all that's in the dictionary now. You just outdated.
Point of information.
What's your point?
Through you to the speaker, do you know my name is Quincy Murphy or Councilman Murphy or Third Ward or Mr. Murphy? Not handkerchief, Negro, or none of those words.
I view you as a handkerchief head Negro. I don't know how you view
point
yourself.
Of information.
What's your
you
point?
to the speaker, my name is Councilman Murphy, Mr. Murphy, or Third Ward Councilman. Them three. No, we ain't using adjectives or we ain't using those other words. And all due respect to you, I'm asking you, and I'm asking my colleagues to my name is Councilman-elect Quincy Murphy. Nothing else. I don't want to be called by anything else.
Miss Lewis, he was out of order. You ain't checked him yet. Your colleague, handkerchief head Negro, you said nothing. He was way out of order just then. I got the floor. I'm going to speak just like you spoke nasty about me. I'm finna speak nasty about you. Then I'm going to pass the floor. Because I got on recording after recording since you've been elected. Mr. Mays out of order, throw him out. Mr. Mays out of order, he breaking the rules, throw him out. And what you just said was a slight to me. I'm no fool. I hear what you say. I hear how you hypocritical, talking about we should be with the business, but yet you've been concentrating on months on me. It's recorded. You just did it in this discussion. Very hypocritical, talking about me. What you doing in the second ward ain't no different than what some of us done over a 9-10-year period. We didn't know you from Adam. You ain't all of that. Talking about what I'm doing in the second ward, what I'm doing. Quincy talking about what he doing at Dewey Park. Man, that third ward gonna look pretty much the same from the time you got there to the time you left. Y'all ain't doing all of that. But your ego got you thinking you are. That's usually how handkerchief head Negroes act and talk to other Negroes. I'm going to talk about it. They used to call them Uncle Toms.
Go ahead.
I've stated before that my name is Councilman Murphy. My colleague need to be given a warning because he is not respecting our position. We are our elected council people. We do not have a right to
Point of
call
order.
people out of their name.
How long you going to let him
Thank
interrupt?
Thank you, Mr. Murphy.
Illegal.
And point well taken.
Okay, may I continue?
Mr. Mays, please refrain from referring to your colleagues as derogatory names.
This is an appeal on me calling y'all handkerchief head Negroes. And so I'm going to talk about handkerchief head Negroes in the appeal, win, lose, or draw. That's what this appeal is about. I call you and him a handkerchief head Negro. Now y'all don't want me to say handkerchief head Negro in the appeal? What he want me to say? Mr. Murphy, handkerchief head Negro. Councilman Murphy, handkerchief head Negro. Quincy Murphy, handkerchief head Negro. I know your name. Hell, I know y'all. And Ms. Lewis, you can sit up there all you want talking about we need decorum. I can go video after video where you and Quincy done attack me left and right. We can't get nothing done. He's a disgrace to this council. You just said it. I've been here for about 10 years, and y'all came on in November, didn't vote for me for president, and disgraced me the whole time, giving speeches. We're not going to be able to get no work done until we get him out of there. He's a disgrace. And you think I'm going to sit here and applaud you? You're a handkerchief head Negro. There's other names for you. Uncle Tom ain't the right
Point
one.
of order.
What's your point?
My
What they call
colleague
them?
is using derogatory.
Sambos.
My colleague is making derogatory comments
No,
towards
I'm
his
talking about how
colleagues.
point of order.
Not only him, you also have someone from the audience.
Point of
speaking
order.
out. He need to be warned.
Point of order. Will you warn him to quit using privileged motions to take the floor and make statements? This is an appeal on Sambos and handkerchief
Mr.
heads.
Mays, the appeal was about the handkerchief head Negroes,
That's correct.
and now you are calling your colleague Sambos.
Sambos.
That is your second warning. So, Mr. Mays, you please
Point of order. We on an appeal.
And
And
you-
I'm telling you, I can talk handkerchief head Negroes and Sambos as I try to win this appeal,
Mr. Mays.
which I probably won't win because
Mr.
white
Mays.
folks gonna vote with y'all.
Mr. Mays, you have been warned for the second time
For what?
about using derogatory names
Using
towards
descriptive names.
derogatory names towards
I
your
think
colleagues.
it's derogatory for you to call me a disgrace. Warn yourself. Do I need to put a motion on the floor to remove you from chair? And I so move. I'm not going to argue with you when you attacking me. I make a motion to remove you as chair for calling me a disgrace. I ain't no disgrace. Pastor Mays didn't born no disgrace. The First Ward didn't elect no disgrace. I'm tired of y'all. So I make a motion to remove you as chair for calling me a disgrace unless you let me finish making my Sambo and handkerchief head argument. I get to use them words when I'm arguing what I view y'all to be, hypocrites, Sambos, and handkerchief heads. And at the end, people gonna vote. If Piper and Priestley and them believe you ain't a handkerchief head, so be it.
There is a motion on the floor.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
oh,
then you're
thank
not
you.
going to warn me in the middle of no whatever. Y'all speaking up, you're out of order. Y'all got the wrong one.
Mr. Mays, you
I'm
have
not going to
received.
sit and
Mr.
argue with
Mays,
folks
you
who
have
try to
received your second
discriminate
warning.
against me.
Mr. Mays,
Beg your pardon?
Mr. Mays, you have received your second warning.
Okay, I'm making a motion to remove you as chair for that in the middle of me describing and trying to win an appeal. I'm going to use Sambo, handkerchief head, and all of that when I try to win or lose an appeal. And it ain't out of order. That's what the appeal is about. And Quincy was out of order, kept interrupting me, and you trying to condone it. I move that you be
Point of
removed
order.
as chair. Your
Point of
job
order.
is to ask it a second.
What's your point?
I believe you can remove a member based on what you read at the beginning of the meeting, disorderly persons, and I absolutely believe that this is disorderly.
I can appeal the ruling, but I
Thank
done
you.
moved that you be removed,
you,
and I'm asking
Councilwoman.
if you're gonna ask for a second. Now,
Not
if
at-
you don't ask for
not
a
at all.
second, I'm gonna appeal the ruling of the chair not to ask for a second.
Point of order.
No. Councilwoman Hercroder.
In an appeal, it is improper to have any other motions. You have to finish the appeal first.
Well, then you shouldn't warn me first when I'm in the appeal. Don't
Point of
order.
information. Point of
order.
information.
They making a point of order.
What is your point? What is your point?
For clarity, is the councilman in the first ward aware that this is an appeal regarding the first warning for the comments that he continually makes?
Yeah, the councilman in the first ward who has the floor, Ms. Herkenroder, is aware it's an appeal for a first warning for calling them handkerchief head Negroes. And so if you can't get a second warning in discussion of appeal and you can't make motions in an appeal, then what is she trying to give me a second warning because I'm using the term handkerchief head Negroes and Sambos? So I'm aware exactly what the appeal is. I appealed it, and it was second. And it's dealing with a first warning. She want to issue a second warning because I'm steady using the term handkerchief head Negro.
All right. So, per the advisement of legal, we will go, and thank you, Ms. Herkenroder, for your point of order. We will go through this appeal, settle that, and then I will issue the other warning based off of
And that'll be fine.
the
and
name
we'll
of
appeal
Sambo.
that. But you don't need a city attorney to tell you that. You sitting up in a seat trying to chair and
Mr.
discipline
Mays,
black folks. May I finish?
No, you may not.
I got the floor.
That is your time.
Point of order.
Thank you.
Point of order.
Mr. Mays,
I
that's
got
your
the
time.
floor.
You had the floor.
It
That is
was
your
never
time.
no time on no appeal.
It's
And
a-
you didn't have
it's
a time
always-
period. And
it-
y'all
it's
done
al-
interrupted
Mr. Mays,
me with
that is your
points of
time.
information and points
Mr.
of
Mays,
order.
that is your time.
Point of information through you to Davina. Was you stopping it on Quincy's points of information and they distraction?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna ask to be excused. Y'all can decide it if you want, but I'm tired of playing games with you
Mr. Mays, that is
handkerchief
your
head
time.
Negroes.
That is your time. Thank you.
I say, may I be excused?
Yes, you may. That is your time.
Yeah, I would like to speak.
Mr. Murphy.
Thank you so much. We not gonna be able to continue as a collective body allowing to be called out our names like that. And I am not, will not allow my colleagues to call me outside of my name, whether it's Mr. Murphy Quincy or Councilman Murphy. I think it's inappropriate. We ought to do better, and it's like the more I ask my colleague to refrain from calling me out my name, I could go down that road with him, but guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get put out. I have been put out before, because I got that other side of, and I don't want to go there. I want to come here, do the business, and move on and come back and do what I was elected to do. If we allow our colleagues to call us out like that, and it's okay, and they're using those kind of words, and then you hear people from the audience amening them, they can say what they want, and I know I was told it ain't really what people say about you, it's what you respond to. I know who I am, and I'm comfortable with who I am as a person, as a human being who my mother raised a good man. Been doing work in the community for a long time, many years, and I hold my head up high, and I could pack this council chamber with a whole bunch of my peoples. They even be wanting to come down here. I told them, no, my sister came down here Saturday, and she was out in the audience, and she heard an audience member talking, and it went from there and there, and I know how my peoples get, because my peoples out there love the work that I do. They love Quincy. They respect me. People who voted for me, they respect me. They respect me in this position. I'm getting text messages, keep up the work, keep speaking up for what you feel is right. I am comfortable with who I am as an African-American black man, and I don't care who hit that podium, how long y'all been in this neighborhood, where y'all came from. I am comfortable with who I am, and I will not let this councilman or any other one of my colleagues, or I don't even let my family and friends or people who I work with outside of this job talk to me any kind of way or say derogatory. Anybody who know me know Quincy. If you said something like what he said to me, anybody knew Quincy. And if you go ask my mama, be like, well, Quincy was down there, she gonna say, what did you do to him? That's what she gonna say. And my mother, I was raised, when somebody come and talk to you or treat you any kind of way, you better go out there and stick up for yourself and speak up for yourself. And I've been doing that since I was little, because that's how I was raised. and I'm not going to change it. And I'm going to stick up and take up for people who can't speak up for themselves, because I want everybody to be treated equally. And as a council, we need to quit letting this man in the first ward that considered himself 9 years, 10 years, been on here, treat people any kind of way. And I always said it, and I'm still saying it from this day, I'm going to teach you how to treat me. You not going to treat me any kind of way. Ain't nobody going to treat me any kind of way, because I'm not going to disrespect people, because I'm not no disrespectful person. And I want to come here and get the work done and see my city get moved forward and see my neighborhood get moved forward in a better, positive way, because my neighborhood jacked up. And it ain't just got like that. It's been like that for over 30 years. We're going to have to stop allowing our people and our colleagues and us to treat and talk to people any kind of way. I will be supporting the chair, and we need to start giving people warning. Give me a warning. If I get out of order, give me a warning. I don't have a problem, because I know I can get out of order. I know I can. That's why my colleague got this stick over here to keep me together sometimes, because she knows, she like, hold on, because I know I could go there, but I try not to. I could have went there, but that's not what I got elected to do, and that's not what I'm coming down here for. I could go there, but I don't want to go there. I just want to come here and get the business done and joke every now and then with y'all and keep it moving on forward, just like when they called the special city council meeting Saturday. I came here even though the people didn't like what I said. Oh, well. I'll be supporting the chair and give that man a warning and get him out of here so we can get this meeting moving forward. If he ain't going to act right, put him out. Simple as that.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Anyone else would like to speak on the appeal?
Madam Chair, I would like to speak. Yes, I supported Councilman Mays' appeal. And Madam Chair, how dare you speak of anyone supporting his chairs? You supported a white woman's appeal when she called me ghetto. So speak on that. What's the difference?
Point of information.
What, I'm speaking.
Point of information. She didn't call you ghetto. She said that what you said was ghetto, and you also
she said, "Oh, she's so ghetto."
But for the record, I was not over there, so I didn't hear it. But what I did hear, you make a remark about turning it out up in here. That's per you.
Oh, she's so ghetto.
Point of order.
How about that?
Point of order.
So when you speak...
Point of order. Point of order. Ms. Lewis, we let you run your mouth without interrupting you. You can't do a point of information and then start making statements toward her. You out of order. And you need to remove yourself, because a point of information is a quick inquiry. It ain't you telling her what happened and going over history and debate. You way out of order.
Point of order denied.
No.
So back to you.
I want to finish what I got to say. So when we speak about decorum, that goes for everybody on this council, okay? So you're talking about Councilman Mays calling you guys handkerchief whatever. How come you supporting an appeal when a white woman called a black sister, your black sister, ghetto? Okay? Let's get real. But then you circle back around and you sit there during this appeal and you call Councilman Mays a fool. You said a fool. He's a fool. Then you said he's a disgrace. Come on now. That's not right. Is that practicing decorum? Everybody needs to get it right up here.